thought it was about time for another jiu-jitsu topic, a little monologue on some jiu-jitsu stuff. A couple things I've been thinking about that I really wanted to share with y'all.
Surprise!
Today, I'm interviewing the most valuable training partner that I have ever had. This is none other than my mother, Miss ReLinda.
Hey, glad to be here.
So my mother here, Miss ReLinda, she has been in jiu-jitsu for quite a while. She actually has her own channel, which I'll put a link to it in the description so you can follow her. She's got all sorts of awesome content, lots of tournament footage, just all sorts of random training footage. But let's get straight into it.
Okay.
So for the viewers that don't know this, my mother here, she is 62 years old, and she actually got started in jiu-jitsu at the age of 54. And just to put a little bit of context here, I think that's pretty magnificent in its own right, because oftentimes you get these people that are in their late 20s or their 30s, their 40s, and they just go, "Oh, I'm just too old for that." That's just and it's funny to me because I think about it and I'm like, wow, I'm still 20 years younger than you were when you first started.
Yeah.
What on earth possesses a 54-year-old woman to start training mixed martial arts?
Well, I was laying on the couch one day, drinking my tea, reading my historical romance novel, and all of a sudden it popped in my head, hey, I think I want to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No, that didn't. I never even heard of the sport at that time. So
some of that might have been a little bit of my idea, but go ahead and share with them what you wanted to do.
Well, the main was the fact that you needed a partner. And, you know, being the mom, I said, okay, I'll step up and I'll be your dummy and we can go from there.
Awesome. So, and be honest with me, did you enjoy it at the beginning?
No.
No?
Absolutely not. No.
What was going through your mind?
I'm going to die. I can't move. I can't breathe. I can't do this, Zach. This is stupid. Well, there's just so many things going on.
Well, hold up. Is your opinion still the same or has it changed?
Okay, I am now a 3-stripe blue belt, still practicing jiu-jitsu. What do you think?
Okay, I'd say that sounds pretty good then.
Yeah.
So, I guess the first thing that we need to ask you is starting jiu-jitsu, 54 years old. Mm-hmm. Any person that may be a little on up in their years or just even a younger person that has insecurity about being older than other people training, mm-hmm. what kind of knowledge and wisdom can you share about having started it later in life?
If you're in relatively good health, take care of yourself and not afraid to try something new, then I would say just give it a try.
Yeah. Would you say you've encountered any kind of difficulties that maybe a younger person wouldn't have encountered, or?
Yes, all the time.
Okay.
And that is the fact that you get done, you jump up, you're ready to go run a mile or something. I jump up, I'm ready to go get an ice bath or Epsom salt. Well, yeah, that's a big difference.
Okay, that makes sense. So another thing, and of course you being a lady also adds another dimension to your whole jiu-jitsu journey that you've had.
Big difference, yeah.
And let's be frank about it. Jiu-jitsu, MMA in general, tends to be quite the sausage fest. Yeah. And oftentimes a lot of ladies that want to get involved in this sport, they walk into some gritty MMA gym somewhere and they see these big, giant, sweaty dudes just beating each other to death, and it kind of scares them off a little bit. Or even if it's not one of those situations, sometimes you run into just the closeness and the contact of people on top of each other. Even if it's another woman, a lot of ladies will have a little bit of apprehension or anxiety about that. What would you tell a woman that's wanting to get in this sport how to kind of put her mind at ease about that?
Well, I've had some women out at Pecos when we were coaching, and the first thing to do is to get a major partner that you trust, okay? Mm-hmm. That you're not afraid of, that you know personally, and you're not afraid of touching, because you're going to be touching close. So that is the first thing I tell the ladies, that you have to get used to the closeness. I would suggest having a female partner to start with if you're a lady. Okay, now, once you got a couple rounds in, it's not going to matter whether they're male or female. Trust me. I've had that, 350-pound guy I was trying to bench press off. That's another story. But the most important thing is to find somebody that has some knowledge of jiu-jitsu, that maybe's been practicing a while, and just get with them and slowly start working it up, because it does take a little bit to get used to the closeness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so mechanically now, obviously men and women are shaped different. And when we first started training, it was just you and myself.
mm-hmm.
And how has that affected your game? In other words, I mean, yes, you treat all people like they're the same. Once they're on the mat, they're a warm body. But how mechanically is it different from rolling as a woman with a man, as a woman to another woman?
Day and night. Absolutely. We may kind of look the same, but have different parts. But the physicalities of it is so different. I had always rode with Zach. He's the only one I rode with. He was my only coach for 2 years. And I was put in a tournament against another lady about my size, And when she got me down and got on top on the mount position, I look up where I'm used to looking at him, and there's nothing there. And I'm trying to figure out what to push, where to go. So that threw me off. And then the lower half of our bodies is definitely different too.
So you're saying it's definitely valuable for a woman. Let's say if she's in a gym full of guys, it's a good thing to seek out more female training partners for the sake of tournaments.
As a beginner, I definitely say, go ahead and say, if you're a female, go ahead and stay with the same sex. Now, once you've been doing it a while, again, I can attest to the fact that it does not matter whether you're male, female, whatever. It's a warm body to get on the mats with.
Okay, so now it's no mystery that jiu-jitsu is helpful for self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily want to repeat or preach to the choir about how good self-defense jiu-jitsu is for self-defense. However, I want you to share your experiences having actually used jiu-jitsu for self-defense.
Unfortunately, I had a situation where I had to use my jiu-jitsu knowledge, basically saved my life. And now I didn't have to actually use jiu-jitsu, but the jiu-jitsu mindset, you have a whole new mindset.
Now, you're referring to the assault situation and kidnapping, correct?
Yes.
So we also have another video on that, and maybe we can link it in the description. I'll see what we can do on that. But if you want to check that story out, she goes into further depth on that.
Yeah.
So anyway, you like sport now. You helped me run a gym once upon a time. If you can show off your rash guard there, we run a gym out in Pecos, Texas. We're no longer there, but we still keep good tabs on them and keep motivating, encouraging, inspiring them to do well. Most importantly, what's your favorite submission?
My favorite submission would be an Americana or a Kimura. Yeah.
I would say the apple does not fall far from the tree. Mother, thank you very much for coming on here, and thank you very much for letting me feature you on my channel. You got anything else you want to tell these folks at home?
Well, I appreciate it. It's definite. Jiu-jitsu is inspired me. It's inspired people I've met. Big shout out to Pecos Grappling again. Jason and them, Alvin, they took it on Trey. They took it on their own and have kept it going. So it's just, again, ages does not matter. It's just an excellent sport.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming on here.
Oh, I'm glad to.
Thank you all for listening, and we'll holler at you soon.